I have two guests joining me now here in New York. Michael Robbins is a New Jersey-based criminal defense attorney. Great to see you, Michael.
Good morning.
And Carolyn Wolf is an attorney who does both criminal and civil litigation with a focus in the area of mental health. Carolyn, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Let me begin with you, Carolyn, because it seems to me that this defendant has some clear mental disturbances. You know, some people have made fun of her, written in, emailing about her hairstyles, her mannerisms. I mean, to me, this is a woman who clearly has some mental disturbances. How do you assess her, and what's the best way for attorneys to be handling her in the courtroom?
Well, what we recommend, first of all, is that you get someone who is skilled and has experience in mental health law.
That would be good.
Once you start with the idea that there is some serious mental health issues or mental illness diagnoses, you call in somebody who has expertise in the area of mental health law, and that attorney then can help you get psychiatric experts into the case who can evaluate from the defense side what it is exactly you're dealing with and what your options would be in the legal system.
So, Carolyn, talk to us about competence to stand trial, because this defendant, Kathleen Hilton, clearly has been found competent to stand trial because she is in the courtroom and the trial is proceeding. What is the standard for that, and how is it possible that this woman, who by all appearances has some major mental health issues, is competent to stand trial?
Well, that's really been my question all along. Just looking at her, reading the blogs, even lay people reading these blogs are saying she's so clearly mentally ill. How can this woman be on trial? The standard is fairly low for competency to stand trial. You need to know what a judge does, what a jury does. Can you assist your own counsel in your defense? And it's hard to know what questions were being asked of Kathleen Hilton in order to make this determination. I mean, it's pretty straightforward to say, do you know what a jury does, and shake your head yes. But if you scratch a little bit more below the surface, you're going to start to see that that yes is not a yes that you and I might give. It's not an informed yes.
Well, and speaking of giving answers that authorities might want, Michael Robbins, let's talk about her alleged confession. All right, Carolyn Wolf, let me bring you in, because we have to grapple many times when we're watching criminal trials with people who don't tell police important information until later. And sometimes their excuse is, well, the police didn't ask me that question. And sometimes it's understandable. In this case, this is a man who now claims that he saw a woman, a white woman, matching the defendant's description, starting the fire. It is a little bit hard to imagine why he would not have given that information to police for 10 long years.
Well, people, for all sorts of reasons, use information they have at different points in time. I mean, it appears that at this point his own life is sort of on the line, or at least his freedom and his criminal history. And so what better time to bring this up but now in either...
How about 10 years ago? Wouldn't that have been a better time, when they're trying to find out who started a fire that killed 5 people?
Right, and that's what makes you question the validity of this. It's such obvious information and such obvious police questioning. Why wouldn't you bring it up 10 years ago?
This one I think really stretches the bounds of credibility to suggest that this guy held this for 10 years, and just when he was facing some serious criminal charges, be they felony or misdemeanor, oh, all of a sudden, you know, I have some information from you, and no, I don't want anything in exchange. On the other hand, Carolyn Wolf, it's possible that Jesus Marquez is telling the truth. He just didn't come forward for a long period of time until it suited him.
It's possible, but it's not likely.
Yeah, you're not buying it.
No, not buying it.
Yeah. What would you do with him on cross-examination? Where do you start, Carolyn?
Well, that's really where a mental health lawyer is helpful in these cases, too, because not only are there issues of mental state of the defendant, but here there's an issue of mental state of a witness. And if you can evaluate the mental state of the witness and use that on cross-examination in a knowledgeable, thoughtful way, you might make big strides in this case.
And Jesus Marquez is being brought into the courtroom. The jurors are being brought in. I just saw everyone standing at attention. What do you mean by the mental state of this witness, Carolyn?
Well, the idea of whether or not he has some personality disorder, for example, and is prone to lying, or whether...
Or just prone to not remembering things that are important in quintuple murder cases for 10 years.
Right, exactly, Lisa. That's right.
I didn't know if that's a mental state that's in the DSM-4 or not. Maybe that's a new one on me. Boy, I have to say, Michael Robbins, the prosecution's got to be feeling a little uncomfortable that their star witness is starting to slip away. Didn't report it for 10 years. Well, big thanks to our guests Michael Robbins and Carolyn Wolf for joining us this morning. And it's time now to check in with Jamie Floyd and find out what's coming up next on Best Defense. Hi, Jamie.